Hello, crafters, resellers, and small business people, and those who might be interested in those kind of things. Ever since I left eBay 2 years ago, I have been trying to sell jewelry in many places, online and locally. And I must say, it's been hard. I try to remember that time which is giving to us is our biggest value, well, besides everything else. So we don't want to waste our time in unproductive efforts. But waste it I did, and I will tell you about it. See, the worst thing eBay do, that they hide buyers' email addresses. I had thousands of customers who love to shop my jewelry, but they cannot find me now, and I cannot find them. Some of them been trying hard to find me, sending emails and calling. But once you leave eBay, you start from scratch, and it is difficult. There are sellers who made killing sales this season, and they are those who have regular customers. Even on eBay, one person I know still sells on eBay, and she got customers who come specifically to her store to buy jewelry because they like item selection, they know all is nice and clean, and that she will pack nice and ship in time. So good for her. But for me, I'll tell you which alternative sites I tried and what kind of success I had. First one would be Mercari. Lots of eBay sellers went there, and it's true. The site is active with sellers and buyers. I like to use a bigger screen computer, but most sellers using Mercari app on their phone. It is easy to list, and I can see advantages of selling on Mercari. Relatively low fees, 10% plus transaction fees. You can list only one item at a time, so those selling multiple quantities can't really use the site, and it is good for small sellers. You don't compete with big industrial sellers and dropshippers like you do on eBay and Etsy. People put likes on your listings, and you can send offers to the likers. You receive money after buyer receives item and leaves feedback. Only thing is that this platform seems to have buyers who likes to buy cheap. Platform encourages to lower your price, but in general this site works, and at times when nothing else works, it can be lifesaver. Similarly, many compare Mercari to Poshmark, but Poshmark is not the same. Poshmark have higher fees like 20%, and more for items under $15. Poshmark provides the shipping label around $8, and you have to spend time on site to put likes and interact with others. I did not sell on Poshmark, but someone who I knew did this last Christmas season. She posted the same items in Mercari on Poshmark. And while she had some sales on Mercari, she didn't have sales on Poshmark. Although you can hear how successful people are being on Poshmark, but I think mostly it's for clothes as possible. For jewelry sellers, I don't think it works very well because shipping fees, like around $8, it's too much. Like you can ship small package like brooch like for like under $5 now. And besides spending time on a site, who has time right now? I think it just doesn't work for jewelry sellers. Next one I tried was Facebook Marketplace. I have met some ladies in flea market and antique shows who said, "Oh, I left eBay and I'm selling on Facebook Marketplace." So it made me curious, and I went on and listed approximately 80 brooches on Facebook Marketplace. Listings to list is pretty easy, nothing complicated, and I posted nice pictures and descriptions and waiting for results. And I can report that nothing really happened. I did receive some likes, little bit on my listings, but not as many as on Mercari. So listings were just sitting there and basically nothing happening. I didn't have any sales, no emails, basically absolutely nothing. I assume maybe somebody who has like a lot of followers, it would work for them, but for me, Facebook Marketplace didn't bring any results and it didn't work for me. Next one is Craiglist. Craiglist comes up in recommendations online. If you look at Google, do research places where to sell some jewelry, Craiglist very often comes as recommended places to sell. And the reason why people recommend it, because there is no fees. You can list it for free. Craiglist is an interesting place. I have sold few items in the past locally, like household items, like vase, like little table and guitar. And I met with buyers locally, and I can tell that buyers being very cautious. It's true that there is a lot of scam on Craigslist, and I encountered myself when I was looking for rental apartments in Miami Beach. They have some ads and phone numbers and relatively low-priced apartments for rent. And when you call and want to talk about it, they asking you to make initial deposit, which is how can you make deposit if you have not seen apartment yet? So there is scam, but also Craigslist has good things going. Like there is also, you can list ads like offering your service, like photography and other kind of works. I would say it's kind of 50-50. I also noticed that there is people listing jewelry on Craigslist, and I was wondering, do they really sell jewelry? So I went on and listed approximately 50 brooches with pictures and descriptions. Craiglist works like this: the newest comes up on top. So the biggest activity is just, the day or few days after listings. And as time goes by, it's kind of like your listings gets deeper and deeper down. Anyway, all I got from Craigslist was one email inquiring where exactly the person can come and see my jewelry, asking for address. The question is, why do you want to come and see my jewelry at my home when I have listed pictures and descriptions, and I also offered to ship? So I did not get any results on Craigslist. It didn't work. Next one is Etsy. I'm trying Etsy second time. I know people been selling on Etsy and successfully, but I think they're mostly those who've been selling for a long time and accumulated like customer base. But for new people, new sellers with new account, it didn't work for me in the past. But I keep seeing reviews about some sales. About Etsy, especially YouTube is very busy with Etsy recommendations. Maybe second time would be better. So I created account again and made some listings with custom jewelry. And it didn't surprise me that nothing really happened. And the thing is that there was no views. I assume listings are not being advertised, not being seen. I also got forced to offer free shipping because they sent emails saying that they would not advertise listing without offering free shipping, and also got emails recommending to pay for promotions to make paid account, which supposedly would give some bigger exposure. So basically, if you are a new seller, you cannot sell just like, simply sell. And if you are not willing to pay for extra thing, there is no chance that you will sell anything on Etsy. And that is my opinion. Others might think differently. And surprisingly, why so many are thinking that Etsy is cheaper to sell just because you pay only 20 cents for listing? And now think about, if you list 10 listings, it comes to $2. If you list 100 listings, $20. But if you really want to get busy and let's say list around 10,000 listings like I did on eBay, then you have to pay $2,000 just to list listings, and there is no guarantee that you will sell anything, which is most likely. I will try Etsy for digital products. I see people are talking about it and some of them are doing really good. We'll see how it goes, and if they bring me something interesting, I will make another video about that. Digital products seems like being recommended, and some people have a lot of success. Speaking about digital products, I tried to list products on place like Payhip. Payhip is online site where you can list digital products on only physical products. And the way how that site is described, it sounds like it's very cool. There is no fees, you don't need to pay subscription fee, and you don't pay for a listing, you pay only when you sell it. So I went on and posted my best pictures, photography. I knew that website is pretty simple, but it still was surprising to see that it may be a little too simple for display. And it's difficult to categorize. And I'm not sure if there's some kind of marketing would be needed, but I would say there is zero visibility of my listings, and like a new seller, there is no way I can sell anything. There's nothing happening, just waste of time. Faire is another one highly recommended by YouTubers wholesale site. It was very hard to get in earlier, but since it's got like publicly traded company, now everybody can sell on Faire and there is no restrictions. So to apply there and to create a website, the website comes out very, very beautiful. Wholesale means that they recommend to sell like half a price. So you put a pricing on your products like 50% less, and that way that retailers, whoever buys your product from this site, they can sell and make a profit. And then after that, Faire take 25%. So it comes out that you selling kind of really, really cheap. It might work that if you sell like big volume and you have a lot of customers who buys that, like you can make money on quantity instead of quality. So after I created such a beautiful website and was waiting for results, I did not get any results. Instead, I was recommended to pay extra for visibility. It just, I don't know how to describe that, but this one didn't work also. Next one, I tried Squarespace. Squarespace is being advertised very much, and I went and created website. I was pretty ecstatic how pretty it looked. Display look amazing, and you can design yourself. It's pretty easy, and my website looked really nice after I completed. Only thing that I did not have was sales. And I realized there are some things which might not be exactly helpful for small sellers. One is that email marketing, which been advertised that they offer like email marketing, it comes with an additional cost. It's not for free. And the second one is a big minus is that you cannot make integrations. So I was previously on Shopify. Shopify offers integrations into places like Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Instagram. So I'm in the process moving back to Shopify. Next one is Amazon. I can tell you that I absolutely love Amazon Handmade, and also regular Amazon is okay. Although Amazon Handmade is better because for jewelry seller you pay only 15%, and account fees being waived. You don't need to pay $40 account fee for Amazon Handmade. But comparing with like regular account, Amazon charges like 20% for jewelry sellers, and you have to have professional account for $40, or you can choose individual account where you pay like around $1 on sale if you sell something. And I must say that Amazon really works. It is possible to sell something there. I think it's because there's kind of less manipulation with visibility, and Amazon is just so massive that people will find you sooner or later. You will find you and buy products from you because there is just so many people buying on Amazon. Another thing is, which I noticed, that buyers are kind of people who will pay a price what you're asking for. I think people who shop on Amazon also are kind of different kind of people comparing like people who shop on eBay and Mercari, let's say. I think that people who doesn't have time to shop for the most cheapest things, and if somebody needs some, let's say, something to buy, like they like it, or for some gift for birthday or something, they would just go and buy it and pay price what you ask for. Amazon Handmade is just excellent, and only thing that you have to be careful. Amazon Handmade, you have to make product completely from scratch. There cannot be mass-produced manufacturing. They are really serious about it. Lately closing many handmade accounts because some products looks like being manufactured, mass-produced. And lastly, I've been trying to sell locally in many possible places. To keep it short, I have to tell, if you go to sell to some places, most of them are charging fee. How big is fee? It depends where that place is located. Let's say Antique Show in Miami Beach charges $200 fee just for a place to sell. Some places might be cheaper, like flea markets. For example, Fort Lauderdale's Swaporama, it's like $100 on Sunday, plus you pay for table and shade. Some places, like in the middle central Florida, can be much cheaper. There is something about people. I think people kind of been changed lately. People are not very exciting to buy from like street vendors anymore like it used to be. It seems like people prefer mostly shop on phones. And flea markets, you can sell things, but have to realize that you have to lower price very cheap. On antique shows, you might sell some or you might not, but most of it will go to cover a fee which they charge for a place. And the best sale locally was my like a yard sale by my house. It was great because people came from neighborhood and people were nice and friendly. Some of them even left a tip, and that was my best sale locally in Miami Beach. But again, Miami Beach lets to sell like yard sale only once a year, and you have to have permit and you have to pay $20 fee. So Every jurisdiction might be different, it just depends when you live. Now, summarizing my experiences, I can tell which is my opinion online place to sell is worth to try. It's like Mercari and Amazon, and from local flea markets and yard sales. I will keep exploring other ways to sell and will make another video about it.